So, good morning, and this is my second update and my review video for the HMS Hood. In the last video we painted this ship, and now it's time I tell you how I weathered it. It's pretty straightforward to weather a ship or anything else. When you paint it, give it a clear coat and apply an oil wash. An oil wash is a bit better than an acrylic wash. It's easier to work with, but it smells a bit and it's a bit more dirty. First of all, you apply the oil wash. For example, this one from AK. You can also make your own with mineral spirits or lighter fuel and normal oil, black oil paint. Mix it and you have an oil wash. Don't make it too thick, make it a bit thinner so it will flow a bit better. With mineral spirit you have more time than with this one because this evaporates very fast. Good, then you let it dry, and after that you can use, as I said, the mineral spirit or the lighter fuel, a bit of tissue paper or one of these cotton pods, and remove all unnecessary oil paint, and then you have it. The oil will stick into the oil crevices and panel lines, and make it more pronounced. If you like, you can make a dry brush afterwards as well to give it more depth. Good, after that, give it a dry, give it a clear coat, a matte clear coat, and that's it. And the ship is done. So, after you have finished your ship, and if you want to make it, you can make a small base like this one. This one is nothing more than a normal picture frame. I bought 3 of them for €3, so they are very inexpensive. And you only have to remove this little part there. Open it. Give me a second. Open it to use it as a dio base. You also have to remove this little clip here, so it stood very straight and even. And there's always a bit of cardboard. I use this cardboard and paint that in different grey colors with acrylic paint. Like you can also take another color for your sea, but I used grey because the hood went into service into the Northern Sea and the Atlantic, and it's normally not very blue, the color, the water there. Then paint it, let it dry, and take the lower part of your picture frame, the glass over it, and then the paper, and you have your little base. And after that, release the frame as well. The water in my case is a silicone. There are a lot of ways to replicate water. For example, this stuff here is a bit more expensive than silicone. This is artificial water. You have to seal it so that's waterproof, or the water can run through all the gaps. And then you apply it, put your ship in, and give it a good dry. And if you need more, you can make more water inside. And it took a long time to dry. And you have a very hard and flat surface. If you want to make more cuddly water, you can also use you can also only paint it and give it a clear coat. That would work as well. But I used silicone to show a rough water surface. And you can see it. You also have a nice shine with silicone. Just spread your silicone onto the paper or onto the cardboard. Use a bit soapy water, and then you can spread it out. And there are different kinds of silicone on the market. Use that without acid because the acid smells awfully, and it took its time to let it dry. And spread it with soapy fingers so it's not so sticky on your finger. spread it out, and then take a ship and place it into the silicone as long as it is wet. And then give it a dry. It dries around about 8 hours, and then it's dry. And then put it back into your picture frame, and voila, you have your water surface. Don't overdo it within this little scale. If you make too many of these little dips, just dip into it with your finger, it looks a bit too rough, and even on a rough sea the ship will not go. And yeah, that's it. Very easy, very straightforward. Afterwards I use just acrylic paint and give the water surface a dry brush to replicate the foam on the top of the waves, especially in the back of your ship. The more white you take, then it looks a bit more, then the ship goes faster, as also on the front part of the ship, or you can do waves going away from the ship as well. If you want to see another way how you can replicate the water, go to Al Wood. He also built this little ship. It looks awesome, this little ship, and I will put the link to his video in the description. You can see how he did it. And yeah, that's it. And after that, name your little base. In my case, I printed out a piece of paper, in this case a glossy photo paper with the name of your little base, the Mighty Hood, and the year, and I also sign it. If you are happy with your result, and yeah, then sign it so everyone knows who made it, and be proud of your work. When you are proud, sign it, and you can show it everywhere, and everyone knows who made it and can ask you some question about it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can show you about my tiny mighty hood. I hope you enjoyed the video, and now I will leave you, or I will show you some other pictures of the finished build. Then see you on the next GB. Till then, bye.